Hi everyone, welcome back to another video of Real Time and Rambling with me, Kylie Brand. I'm just doing a little bit more on The Pilgrim today, which is by Long Dog Samplers. Put the link in the show notes just so you can have a click if you'd like to check it out. Just some pretty cool stuff over there. So I'm just going to be doing a little bit in here today. See how I go, because it's going to involve a bit of counting, because it sort of adds on to this part here. So it should be interesting. So this is page 6 of 12, and so far I've done this part over here, and a bit of that fox's head there. This is page 5 that I just finished not too long ago. Lots of bits in there. I like that little birdie, he's pretty cute. The bunny. Yeah, so it's coming along nicely. A bit quicker now that I've got a bit more time at home to, spend on it. Kind of get a little bit done every day now, which is really nice. Just want to take a second to just ask that if you get a second to like and subscribe, it'd be much appreciated. Just gives me a bit of an indicator on whether you enjoy watching my videos, and if there's any comments or suggestions of things you'd like to see, or maybe some tutorials or things, just leave me a comment below. It'd be much appreciated. Now I will possibly apologise in advance. I got one of my cats sleeping on my lap and she's having a great old time, just because I've got a heat pack on my feet, so she's plonked herself right on top of that, so she's very happy. But also comes with that is a little bit extra cat hair. As you probably can see, it's all throughout my piece. And of course her head is literally right under where I'm doing this stitch now, so she's trying to nuzzle my hand. And not the time for cuddles, kitty. But, I've got to take it while I can, because she's not, doesn't like to sit on my lap too much. So. And if I ever go quiet for a second, it's probably just because I'm trying to count. So I don't think I've left you. What's been happening? Hopefully you've had a really nice weekend. It's only just the start of the week, isn't it? I get so confused with what day it is, because my work roster at the moment is 2 on, 2 off, so it's lovely, but I get very confused with what day it is, and I don't know what's going on. So, but I did just work this weekend, so I've got a bit of an idea of where we are. Can't believe how quick this year's going though, isn't it crazy? It's all bloody Christmas next week. Not that I'm complaining, I love Christmas. It's one of my favourite days of the year. I love catching up with all the family and all the food and all the wonderful things. Not sure what we're doing this year. We've got, usually we do 3 to 4 different family things, and it's super hard because we've got, my 2 parents have separate ones, and then my husband's parents have one. They sometimes have one in the morning for breakfast, and then they also want to do dinner or lunch, and then usually they have like an extended family one as well. So sometimes, well, very rarely, it works out that we can do it over, say, 3 days. So you have Boxing Day, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, sorry, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and we can do sort of one family on each day, and it's really lovely. But of course, the last year was everyone in the one day, so we had to drive across the countryside and try not to get in too much of a food coma and leave room for everything else. But you do what you got to do. had a bit of a freak out before. I was separating some strands of floss, getting ready to do this video, and I was just about ready and I dropped my needle. Couldn't find anything anywhere, and I was freaking out that it had fallen into the couch and I'd end up finding it sticking in my butt or something. Luckily I found it stuck in the carpet along the side of the chair that I sit in. So, crisis averted, thankfully. Nothing worse, is there? And then I couldn't think if I had another needle that was small enough. I've got an extra one that I have on hand here, but it's a little bit bigger and it's just not too good for this piece, being an 18 count aider. It's a bit too big. So I was like, what am I going to do? But I was lucky. I was thinking about what I could talk about today, and I'm trying to rack my brain on things that are happening, and then I was like, got a good idea. So with the shop that I own with my mum, a gift shop, we do art and craft workshops as well. So we teach people lots of different things and get other artists and creatives in to teach as well, which is a really nice way to get local people in the community to come in and learn something and have a great time and lots of laughs, and it's really lovely. And I haven't done too many myself because I just sort of don't feel super confident with teaching things that I'm not, I guess, an expert in. Not that I'm really an expert in anything, but, you want to be able to answer questions and do things correctly. But I decided to give one a go in cross-stitch because I sort of, I've been doing it for a little while and can answer other questions, and if not, I could find out the answers from one of the awesome Facebook groups I'm in. So I put it up on our Facebook events tab, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be awesome, and waiting, and nobody was interested, and I'm like, come on guys, like, what's happening? It's such a cross-stitch revolution going on at the moment. Get on it, and then I eventually got one person to do it, so I was like, all right, well, it's probably a good way to start, just with one person. I can sort of figure out what I'm doing and teach it just to them, and work out any kinks if I do another class. So we got the class going and met this lady. She was really lovely. She just moved to town, and she's in the Air Force, so there's a Air Force base not too far from where our shop is. So she's like, yep, cool, I want to learn how to do this, and da-da-da. So I was going through it all, explaining, Ada and the floss and all that sort of stuff. And she decided she wanted to do a little home sweet home, just something basic just to start with. So I designed something up on the computer and went from there. And I reckon we got about 4 stitches in. And she's like, yep, look, I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to throw it out there and say this is not for me. And I was just like, okay, well then, this has been fun. But I was just really sort of like, oh, crap, what do I do? Like, I feel bad if she's not enjoying it. And, do you just say too bad and keep going, or give them their money back? And she's like, oh, I'll stick it out for today and I'll give it a crack, and then, thanks, see you later kind of thing. So we kept going, and I sent her home with obviously the pattern and the floss that she needed and all the things. And a couple of days later, she sends me a message with the pattern all done, and she's like, I'm all finished. I'm so excited to find my next pattern. I'm actually really in love with it, and thank you so much, and blah, blah, blah. So now she's absolutely obsessed with cross stitch, which makes me so excited. So we've actually become pretty good friends now since that, and we message each other every couple of days or so, and we're like, oh, look at this pattern I found, and look at this fabric I've got. And she Bought some really lovely hand-dyed one, cut Ada off Etsy, and I think it came from the UK, and she was keeping an eye on it when tracking, and it went all over the world. Went to, I think it came to Melbourne, and then went back to Germany, and then all over the place. It took months to come in. So she's like pretty excited to finally get it. It's actually really lovely too. So yeah, it's really nice to be able to have someone that I've been able to make friends with and who actually really enjoys the same thing that I do. And it's not too many people around here. It's not as big in Australia as it is in the States. But I think it's slowly growing. It's nice. Get a few people. I've noticed a few new Flosstubers with the Aussie accents, which is really nice. Oh, kitty, stop playing cuddles under there. I've just I was on scrolling through Instagram late at night, as you do in bed, and I came across the Clouds Factory story at the top of the page, and it was like, last chance, 20% off patterns tonight only. I was just like, oh man. Okay, well, I haven't had a look, and yeah, zero self-control. I mean, look, I only bought one, but it was 20% off, as if I couldn't. It's a no-brainer. I'll show you a picture of it. It's really lovely. Just trying to set up my tablet so it can show you. So it is Zodiac Sampler. I've been eyeing this one off for quite a while. I really, really love it. I'll put a link in the comments below as well, just so if you decide that you love it also, you can find it easily. So I'm just trying to find some nice navy 18 count Ada, because I really quite like 18 count. Most of them I found are 14, and I just don't feel like there's enough coverage with the 2 strands, and I'm not really super huge on 3, so because I like my loop starts. It just saves so much time. Apparently there is a way you can do it with 3, but I haven't looked that up yet. Probably should. But yeah, I'll just stick to the 18 and keep it simple. So I'm not sure whether, I probably will. I'll probably start that one, the Zodiac one, fairly soon, or whenever I can get the supplies for it anyway. I've got a couple on Etsy that I want to get as well, and my goal is to have a bit of a cross-stitch wall in my bedroom, maybe. I don't know, maybe not bedroom, but that's the only place that I can think of that's a decent spare wall. That's I don't know, might look okay. I don't know. I'd really like to rearrange my bedroom again, but husband's like, I like the bed where it is. It's a good spot. I like laying on that side. And I'm like, yeah, but change is good. Remember as a kid, I used to change my bedroom around, and it's just like, this is the best. It's all new and exciting. Mum would come in and be like, good job. Keep it that way. Like, thanks for the support, Mum. What am I doing? Okay. I'm back to work tomorrow for a couple of days. Hopefully it'll be a good couple of days. It'll be nice. I've got a couple of workshops on this weekend. We've got macrame weaving on Saturday. So I've got, I think, maybe half a dozen people on that one. Excuse me. Which would be really good. Sorry about that. And then we've got some wire art ones. What's happened? I'm having a lot of trouble with this thread snap, this DMC snapping on me. Oh, there's Kitty. See how it just frays on the end, it gets all fluffy? I'm not sure whether it's maybe just because it's, I don't know, the 18 count maybe does it. Might as well just finish that one off now anyway. Stop going fuzzy. Nope. Hey, this is Nico. I got her name from the raccoon in Pocahontas, the cartoon. When she was little, she had this cutest little raccoon face. I was like, yep, that's it. She was actually meant to go off to another home, but I fell in love with her and just couldn't do it. So the cat that I had at the time had 4 kittens. So at that time I had 6 cats. So I was somewhat of a crazy cat lady at that point. That was before I met my husband. So I was a bit lonely, alright. But yeah, so she had 4 kittens, 2 boys and 2 girls, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep the 2 boys, and they'd be super cute, and matching. They were identical, everything down to their markings, and the 2 girls were, like I said, the 2 boys are short-haired, and the 2 girls were long-haired. One was black. And so I found her a new home, which was really lovely, and then I just one day just fell in love with my little girl, and I'd already found a home for her, and I messaged the lady and said, look, I'm really sorry, I can't part with her, but one of the other boys I've got is still free if you'd like him. So she ended up taking him, which was really good. So I've got the brother and sister, and God, they're terrors. A boy was running around a stack attack the other day, doing parkour from the furniture all over the house. It's quite entertaining until they knock stuff off, and then you're just like, come on, man, what's going on? When you stitch like in this sort of you call it the high density sort of areas, I was thinking about how I keep track of what I'm doing, and I've got a weird little way of working out, like remembering what I need to stitch without looking at the pattern every 5 seconds and remeasuring. And I say to myself, so for example here in this road I'm working on, I'm like 6 2 2 6, so then in between each number I know that there's 1 space. Every now and then I might have to miss 2 spaces, so I'll say for example that was meant to be 2 there, I'd be like 6 miss 2 2 2 6, hypothetically, and it just works. Makes it a lot easier, and touch wood, I haven't had a really good visit from the frog, thank God, because no one likes him. He's not fun. I had a bit of a moment with this part yesterday, and I'd stitched this diagonal here across one, and then I think I got up to somewhere in here, and I had to do five stitches in a row, and I was just like, what? So I had a bit of a meltdown, and I was stitching a part of my time-lapse video at the same time too, so I was just like, oh, for Christ's sake, what's happening? This isn't working for me, so I had to pause the video and figure out what I was doing, and had a bit of a... thought I was going to have to unpick a heap of it, but luckily it was just a cross one and I hadn't stitched in the spots that needed to be blank. So that was a huge relief, but I decided to put it down and have a bit of a break then, because I figured that I guess my brain wasn't in the right place to be dealing with all the stitchies. Trying to think what I can cook for dinner tonight. Yeah, I've got some chicken thighs in the freezer. If I thought about it earlier, I probably could have just chucked something in the slow cooker, but a bit late for that now. It's about 1:30, 2 o'clock or so. I mean, it's not super late, but just trying to figure out what direction I'm going to go in. Okie dokie. Got myself one of those Cricut maker machines, and I been doing a few like labels and things for a local business, and today I jumped on to do a couple. She's asked for some personalised salt and pepper ones for some new grinders that she's bought, so I jumped on. I was like, yeah, I'm going to design up some stuff and it's going to be really cool, it'll be a quick job. No. And why is it that as soon as you think yourself is going to be a quick job, something always goes wrong? Something always happens. So I jumped on, and the program that they use for the Cricut is called Design Space, which is like an online program. And got on there and it was like, Design Space no longer supports Windows 7, or it's, basically no good short terms. So I was like, oh yeah, whatever, go away, like, ignore you, don't need this notification, I'm just going to keep going. Yeah, no, wouldn't let me do the basic thing that I needed to do, which all it was just type the word salt and change the font. Didn't like that. So like a 10-minute job turned into like a 2-hour job, just trying to get this friggin' thing to type the word salt. So luckily I just jumped on the husband's computer and it worked fine. And then I was on a roll and I managed to connect the machine to Bluetooth, so I didn't have to take it into his spare room, which was great because there's just crap everywhere. He's not the tidiest bloke. So, and then it wouldn't connect to Bluetooth. And I was like, for Christ's sake, just do what they want you to do. But I got there in the end, thankfully, so I'm just waiting on the lady who did the order to confirm what font she likes, and I'm good to go, which is cool. Just gives me something extra to do on the side, which is nice. Keeps me busy on my days off because I'd probably go a bit bored. I also have another little hobby business sort of thing where I make edible gifts in a jar. So I do lots of different hot chocolate mixes, like Turkish Delight hot chocolate and white hot chocolate and peppermint and all these different ones. And do lots of bliss balls and cookies and pancake mixes and all the things. So that's been really fun. I think I've got about 6 wholesale clients at the moment, which is really good. So I'd like to be able to grow that a bit this year. That's my goal for this year, or one of the many goals. Just got a email and information pack from one of our local council ones to stock my products in a couple of the Shire information buildings. And I think it's like a port, like the town's called Sale, so it's called the Port of Sale gift shop. So it's like the boat port, which would be really cool because that'd be good exposure. So that's exciting. Just trying to figure out where I'm going now. Might come back to that part because I'm just going to confuse myself. Nope. I've got myself a little Etsy shop for my jars as well, and sold my first one the other day, which was lovely. A lady in Tasmania. So I got some really nice feedback that her and her daughter made them up together in the kitchen on a cold winter's day. That was really nice, and I mean that's pretty much the reason why I do it anyway. I like to be able to create things and make people happy. Like there's no, I don't make a lot of money out of it, so it's not like my goal's to get rich and have a great time, but yeah, I just enjoy making people happy, and that's a big part of the gift shop as well. Just it sounds really strange, but just seeing the people come in and find it's like we've got lots of funny signs and cool little sayings and things, and they come in and just have a great old laugh with it all, and yeah, it's just really sweet. I don't think I ever sort of thought that that's what I'd really enjoy, I guess. Like I've always sort of been like, customers, they're always right and da da da, and a bit of a negative attitude on it all. But since doing all this, it's just completely changed me, a bit of a different outlook on it all, and it's really nice just to make people happy. And you get a lot out of that. It doesn't have to be financial gain or anything. It's just about making people smile. So life's too short to not have a good time and smile and be happy and enjoy what you do, for one. I was stuck in a job that I didn't hate it, but it wasn't like I didn't get out of bed all excited to go. It was just, another day, I'd rather stay in bed, but here we are, And it's just not a nice way to live, I guess, Do what makes you happy. I'm sure a lot of people would cross-stitch for a living if they could. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be the best. But no pressure, just so then it's, you don't have to finish a piece if you get bored or you found something else you like better. This piece is getting very short. If I can make it to the end, probably not. Well, I might finish up shortly anyway. Get up to the half an hour mark, which is, I think, a pretty good amount. Oh man. See, it's a sign. I tell ya. I might just leave that out anyway so you can just see. But anyway, we got a good amount done. And that little bit in here, which will turn into like a flower, and then some more of these square thingamabobs. So that's the start of the part which I think is very similar to up here without that bit. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for tuning in again. I really appreciate it. And as I mentioned, if you could like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. Much appreciated. And I'll probably see you again soon probably when I finish page 6. I think that'll be my next time-lapse video, and I mean, see how I go. I might decide to do another real-time round things in between then, but if I depends how quick I go and what happens, you know, life's interesting, all the things. Yeah, well, I hope you have a fantastic week and day, and catch you later. Bye.